Hello, and welcome to MoneyPath. Today, you're joining thousands of other students who are using the MoneyPath app to help them make decisions for life after high school. If you had a crystal ball and you could look 5 to 10 years into your future, what would you see? Do you have a college degree or work in a skilled trade? Or did you start your career right after high school? Are you planning a vacation with friends or considering purchasing a new car? Are you saving up for a house and a family? I mean, what if you don't even know what you want to do after high school? Big questions to answer, right? You're just starting on the path to your future. And with MoneyPath, you can create a real-world plan that shows what's possible, making you more confident in your decisions. MoneyPath helps you connect the dots between career path and pay, college expenses and student loan debt, managing a budget, and establishing a timeline for achieving important financial goals like purchasing a car or home and saving for retirement. After using MoneyPath, you'll have a personalized career and financial plan. All right, let's do this. Let's create a MoneyPath account and go through the process of building your customized plan. On your computer or tablet, go to moneypathapp.org. Click on Have a Class Code and enter the code provided by your teacher. From there, you'll set up an account by entering your name and personal email address. This MoneyPath account is yours forever to plan, budget, set goals, and more. We'll continue when everyone is finished creating their accounts. Remember to use your personal email address. Here we go on the path to your future. This is the MoneyPath homepage with 4 different career pathway options. Oh man, what do I choose? Don't freak out. MoneyPath has you covered. You can explore multiple pathways and compare them to find the right fit for you. Scroll down to see stories from students who use MoneyPath to plan for life after high school. Check out their stories and see how they made choices with help from the personalized plans they generated in MoneyPath. They might inspire you. Now, let's walk through the potential career paths. Maybe you want to enter the workforce right after graduation. Go to Join the Workforce and click Get Started, and you'll see a list of career interest areas. Let's say you're interested in working in construction. Boom! You see a list of jobs in the construction field with starting salary expectations. If the military is an option you're interested in, you have 2 choices. Select getting a college degree first and entering the service as an officer, or select enlisting right out of high school. Maybe you like working hands-on and you want to learn a skilled trade. Go to Join the Trades and click Get Started. An apprenticeship may be a good option for you. Again, you'll see starting salary information for various careers, giving you an idea of what to expect. So much information about jobs, salaries. That's way cool. If you're interested in pursuing college or continuing education, MoneyPath allows you to choose various degree options. A bachelor's degree is typically 4 years. An associate degree is 2 years. Graduate programs like law school or medical school involve additional study after your bachelor's. Non-degree programs and certificates like cosmetology, EMT, and court reporters vary in the time it takes to complete them. I wish there was a way to explore all these options. Oh wait, there is! Select bachelor's degree and click Next. In the college pathway, you can look at attending a 2-year college first and then transferring to a 4-year college, or attending all 4 years at the same school. For this example, we'll explore direct entry into a 4-year college or university. Now, pick an area you're interested in studying. Each interest area provides you with a list of related majors. You can do some quick research on starting pay and other factors like percentage of graduates employed directly in their chosen field, and the percentage that continue their education. Can't find the specific major you're looking for? No worries. MoneyPath allows you to personalize your choice using the Add Major function at the top of the screen. You'll find similar customization buttons throughout the app. Take a couple of minutes to explore and choose a career that interests you. After you've selected your career or major, I'll be back to explain the next steps. Welcome back. Let's explore choosing and paying for a college education. For those of you who didn't choose the college path, you'll notice that MoneyPath has fast-forwarded you to the monthly budgeting screen. But understanding how to plan and pay for continued education could still come in handy if you decide to do that in the future, so come along for the ride. First step, select the school you're interested in. You can search for any college in the US using the search bar. In this example, we'll use UW-Madison. On the right, you'll see the total annual college expenses card. The numbers will go up and down based on decisions you make, like switching from in-state to out-of-state. Instead of living on campus, what if you live off campus or at home? The total number of semesters box is how long you plan to attend this school. You can adjust it, like if you earned college credits in high school, are re-entering college after taking a break, or need extra time to graduate. For this example, we'll choose in-state tuition, on-campus living, and 8 semesters of coursework. That's a chunk of change. Never fear, MoneyPath is here. Let's figure out how to pay for it. The largest funding source for school is often financial aid. That's based on your family's income and the school you're exploring. On the college funding screen, MoneyPath will ask if you've received your financial aid award letter. If you have, enter the specific amounts. If you haven't, you can estimate the amount of financial aid based on your family's income level. If you don't know your family's income, no problem. Click on the I don't know box to get the average financial aid package for this school. You can always come back to this section later when you have more information. By the way, anytime you see green text, you can click it to learn more about the concepts on the page. Green means go and learn more stuff. Besides financial aid, another way to offset your expenses is by earning scholarships. Who offers scholarships? Could be your university or your high school, local community groups, or foundations. Enter scholarships here, the name, amount, and the number of years. Some students can offset the cost of their education through direct gifts from family members or by saving money themselves. For example, if grandma says she'll contribute $4,000 to your education, enter that here. Thank you, Grandma. It's so sweet of you. I'll see you over break. I gotta go. Finally, working during the school year and over the summer can help offset college expenses and lower your student loan debt. MoneyPath sets aside a percentage of your income for taxes, and then you estimate how much of the remaining income you'll use for your education. Based on the college expenses and funding sources that you've estimated, here's a summary of your student loan need. In this example, you'll borrow $6,968 a year for 4 years, plus interest, for a total of $35,400. MoneyPath is calculating your loan on a 10-year repayment plan, which comes to $295 a month. This student loan number is important because it flows directly into your monthly budget, which is coming up soon. Here's another green link. That means more information about student loan debt. Whew, that was a lot. We'll take a break and give you a few minutes to walk through the paying for school screens on your own. If you chose a non-college path, do some research on your area of interest. Dig into the details of preparing for the next steps on your path, whether that's the military, workforce, or apprenticeships. When you arrive at the income and taxes screen, I'll be back to walk you through it. Welcome back. Okay, you've chosen your career, the school you'd like to attend, and how you'll pay for your degree. Let's fast forward. Studying. Exams. Walking across the stage. Congratulations. You've graduated and joined the workforce in your first job. Now you can create a customized budget based on your starting salary. On this first screen, MoneyPath shows your starting pay minus taxes, leaving you with your net income. That's your take-home pay. Green link. This one helps you better understand taxes, and we need all the help we can get on that. It also talks about cost of living adjustments. That's helpful if you plan on living in a different city or state in the future. Now, it's time to build your budget for living independently. You'll notice the grayed out amounts that show suggestions for each expense based on your monthly net income and any student loan payment you have. The average amounts represent typical spending for a young adult. You know what the green text means. Click for more information about the expense categories. Enter amounts in the budget categories to fit your lifestyle. Do these amounts feel realistic based on where you want to live? For example, New York City versus Milwaukee versus rural Idaho. And also, how you want to live. In an apartment or in a house, alone, or with 7 of your closest friends? Savings goals is where you save up for things like a car, house, or retirement. Think about what your goals are. Is this enough money to save each month? Overall, the goal is to balance your budget so that this number is 0. That means your take-home pay each month is equal to your savings and expenses. All right, let's see how we did. Are we saving enough? Using the amounts you entered in your budget, we can see how long it might take to save up for a big trip across the world, a dog, a new car, a house, whatever you want. You can edit these goals, so make them personal and set goals that you find exciting. Let's say that rather than buying a car, you want to backpack through Europe after college. Edit that goal. You estimate that the trip will cost $3,000, so enter that amount. Want to get to that goal faster? Go back to your budget and try cutting back on some of your living expenses to increase your savings. You can edit any of the savings goals, but you need to keep the emergency fund. It's important to be ready for a rainy day, whether that's a broken down car or a broken leg. A typical emergency fund averages 3 to 6 months of your expenses. Wow, retirement. We're really fast forwarding now. This graph shows your retirement savings after working for 40 years. Based on how much you're contributing to your retirement account each month, and assuming your employer is contributing on your behalf, and also assuming your money is growing at 7% a year, you'll see how much your money will grow over a period of 40 years. Now go ahead and continue on your money path to build your personalized budget, goal timeline, and retirement plan. Stop at the retirement savings screen, and I'll meet you there. Hey, check it out. You did it. You completed one money path, and you can see a summary of all your decisions. You're already ahead of so many students your age. Way to go. Download a summary of your path by clicking this button. Once you complete a path, you can save it. Come back as often as you like to make changes or create other paths to compare, using the Saved Paths button up here. Go ahead and continue to build additional paths on your own. Or, if you want to see the power of comparisons, stay with us for some additional insights. One of the best things about MoneyPath is the comparison feature. Changing one decision at a time, like your career path or living situation, can end up having a huge impact on your financial future. Let's dive in. In our first example, Jaden wants to be a civil engineer and is comparing the cost of different colleges. Jaden built 2 separate paths, one heading out of state to sunny Los Angeles, UCLA, and one staying in-state at UW-Madison. Jaden can compare them side by side. Notice the difference in tuition costs, overall student loan debt, and the long-term impact. Where you go to college can have a huge impact on your future financial picture. Now let's look at Taylor, who is a little more undecided in their post-high school path, but definitely has an interest in the medical field. The first path Taylor is considering is getting a bachelor's degree in nursing from a local college. You can see here that Taylor will take on a significant amount of student loan debt, but they'll also have a high starting salary and moderate expenses, and may be able to afford this option. Another option for Taylor would be to pursue an associate degree in nursing from a technical college. Going this route would dramatically reduce the student loan burden, but Taylor's starting salary would not be as high. The third option would be for Taylor to hold off on college for a year and get a head start working at a hospital right away. Here, the salary difference is large, but with the right budget, it's manageable and would allow them to get a real feel for the industry. MoneyPath is all about exploring your options, having an informed perspective of what those choices mean 5 or 10 years down the line, and then making the choice that feels right to you. One last student example. Mia, already finished college. She's just beginning her banking career and has a starting salary of $59,627. She has choices to make around her lifestyle, specifically her apartment and transportation. First, she builds her dream lifestyle. Blue sky. She scoped out an amazing apartment near downtown Chicago and is hoping to live alone. The rent is $1,800 a month, and she'd like to buy a new car to get to work, which will cost $450 a month. Look at those monthly expenses. And there's no emergency fund or savings for retirement? Mia's a little nervous about that budget, so she builds a second option where she lives in the same sweet apartment, but splits rent with a friend. Her rent is down to $900 a month, and she buys a used car for $200 a month. Her budget is getting more manageable, but Mia has big plans of traveling in the next couple years. Gotta tighten the budget a little more to make that goal a reality. So she considers living farther out of the city, splitting rent with a couple roommates, and taking the bus. She's not crazy about the commute time, but it means saving another $400 a month and hitting that travel goal as planned. Mia is happy that she took the time to explore her options and prioritize herself and her goals. Now it's time to build your own plans and explore the impact your decisions can have. Turns out you don't need a crystal ball to shape your future. You need a plan. MoneyPath is yours to use and change and compare as your plans change and grow. Remember to share your saved paths or comparisons with the people close to you, the people most invested in your future. Using MoneyPath to plan ahead will help give you the confidence and knowledge you need to make sound financial decisions and reach your life goals. Whatever you choose, we hope you see the path to a bright future.